Sup YouTube, welcome back to another video documenting my journey to legend. We're just gonna go ahead and act like I've been uploading this whole time. So while everyone and their grandmother has been featuring Roserade as an ultimate core breaker in the Spring Cup, we are gonna do the exact same thing. Except in our case, we're actually featuring a different mod. This team was not created by me, this was created by Simon Rope. I'm gonna gas him up this whole video because he asked me to. But essentially what this team is 3 mons below the top 30. So if you're into some off-meta picks, then this team will most likely be for you. Roserade is, no surprise, has been core breaking a lot of teams. This is like the one battle where I met a Golisopod. What you should be doing in this is probably going into Feraligatr, but I figured softening up the Golisopod would be a better bet. And because I think this team is so busted, I have finally reached my elo. I haven't been playing as much because, like some of you know, I'm in school, so I haven't been able to. But I wanted to start this battle off with a bang of sorts. This team is really good. I really like this team. It's an ABB style team where, for the most part, Roserade will beat whatever the back 2 mons fail to compete against. And yeah, we decided to call a flash cannon, so you can probably tell this is going to be a loss. If they build up to 6, shield. My hope with this video is that I'm going to teach you how to play this team as well as I know. Simon and me differ in terms of our movesets. For the most part, we agree that Poison Jab, Weather Ball is a necessity on Roserade. For Jelly, he likes to rock Surf. I like double nukes just because it tends to do a little bit better in this team setup, in my opinion. Feraligatr, Crunch, Ice Beam, whatever you do end up rocking, build up to the Ice Beam regardless if Ice Beam is threatening to the mon that you're going up against. For Trevenant, it doesn't really matter because Crunch, you know, is a really solid move. It almost 1 KOs. It doesn't actually, it does like 70%. The reason I like Jelly with double nukes, and especially Jelly in general, is because a lot of people have been safe swapping Tentacruel, which is a really solid safe swap. So I kept Jelly with double nukes, and I use it as my real hard counter to Tentacruel. And you're going to see it come in super clutch in the following matches. I think I baited. I throw just before that next Ice Shard, like I throw on alignment so that Ice Shard would KO. And just to get as much damage off as I can on Dugong. At this point, Feraligatr is my MVP. I know they're gonna bait, and I probably should be letting this go, which I do. Look at me. Just because a Drill Run doesn't KO, and at this point, I figure a bait is really likely. But like, you know, I don't want to die with 2 shields. That's like old school Ruffian who never used to shield anything. We've learned from our mistakes. That is a twice debuffed Crunch. I had no reason to catch, like I could have just farmed down, but I figured, you know, reset the debuff, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Feraligatr is, I think, the lowest rated mon in this cup from this team. I think Jelly might be a little bit higher. I might have them mixed up a little bit, but I really felt that Feraligatr has a lot of play into opposing grass types because of that Shadow Claw, Crunch / Ice Beam coverage, whatever you decide to run. Here I probably could have stayed, or I do stay in. What I tend to do for the most part, because it takes so long to get the Grass Knot, I try to catch if I'm in an unfavorable position, which I would be there with the Icy Wind. Same thing goes for Poliwrath. I rock Grass Knot. I like the ability to still hit pretty hard because Roserade's, and there comes its utility. Ice Beam. It doesn't 1-hit KO anything, as I was let know, but it does give you the potential to flip a lot of shit if you manage to land an Ice Beam on something like a grass type, which does come in clutch. I prefer Grass Knot. A lot of people might prefer Leaf Storm. I don't like the debuffing aspect of Leaf Storm. That said, if you're in the lead, having Leaf Storm allows you to pivot and swap out. Right there, I just wanted to tank a move because I realized I wasn't really in a bad position with the Roserade, and I wanted to see what they had in the back. I waited until the last possible second to throw this Weather Ball. They just sack their Mawile, which is fine. I'm going to come back in with Jelly because these Poison Jabs are resisted. I think I'm going to come in with Jelly. I didn't want to reveal the 3rd mon. You know, like, I'm clearly not in a high elo, but just in case you run into the same people, they'll be like, hey, this guy likes to rock the same team all of the time. in Insert Dragonite double steal. So, you know, just on the off chance that we run into the same people. Also, do I think Dragonite double steal has any play? No. Saddens me to say. But D-Knight double steal has lost a lot of its hoorah. This is one of the examples of where I could potentially flip switch, but I got the debuff and I was okay with that. Usually I play the ones you're still gonna lose, but you put it into very, very pretty farm down range. I believe I throw here just because I didn't want to have to shield a potential flash cannon, as we found out in the first episode. And by the first episode, I mean the first battle. I store up a move, I swap out incoming Ice Beam. Now, what I didn't know at the time of battling Jelly versus Tropius, oh my god, I hate that I said Tropius. It's Tropius. Can we speak about that for a minute? All right, what I was gonna say is you win CMP against Tropius, and you can probably tell how this is gonna play out. I'm gonna shield both shields, blah, blah. I'm gonna shield both moves, blah, 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 blah. Okay, can we speak about this whole, I'm not gonna name any names, but people mispronouncing mons. Like, I get that the Pokemon Company has its official way of pronouncing Pokemon. But like Tropius, I get it, right? Tropical and Pius, whatever. Tropius sounds so dog shit, bro. Like, why can't we just agree that Tropius just makes it sound like it has so much pizzazz? Another one, Drapion? What the hell is that? What even is that? It's Drapion. I get it. It's a dragon. But even if it was dragon, Drapion, like that, it's just so ugly, man. Drapion. Drapion has so much balls. But Drapion, all right, whatever, man. You wanna make a little extra money? I can't blame you. But like, come on. Can you at least fight against the Pokemon Company and be like, bro, you're pronouncing this shit wrong. Like, this is so much better than anything else. All right, back to the battles. My bad. As you can see, I don't know if we won that because I was like so lost in the sauce. Jelly is also a really decent response to Dugong. I don't know why they swapped out Tropius into Roserade. Isn't the worst matchup. I play out the ones. Typically, they like to bait because Roserade is incredibly glassy. And in the ones, you at least get a shield. And then, as you can see, Jelly up a shield is pretty strong into a lot of things. Not named Lantern. What are the core breakers to this team? I saw a Carbink, and a Carbink absolutely sauced me. So if you're seeing a lot of Carbink, I would recommend not trying this team. Outside of that, I truly believe this team, lower 30s, right? Like it doesn't break into the top 30s in any of these mons. Has so much play into a lot of shit. Build up to the Ice Beam. I don't think I do here, but look, oh, actually I do. Nice. I forced them to swap out because they were threatened by the Ice Beam that they didn't want to shield. This matchup isn't as bad as you would think. I go for the CMP, which I win. I knew that much. You know, I'm a bit of a scrub, but I know some things. And again, Simon came up with this team. He also came out with a pretty baller second team that I do want to try out, but I just believe in the potential of this team so much more. If you don't have a Jelly, don't try this team. I feel like you really need Jellison for this team. There's no replacement. Feraligatr could potentially be replaced by Empoleon, which makes you a little less weak to grass types. But in my opinion, a little more weak to Lantern. And you really don't want to be weak to Lantern. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. This is a bit of a longer video, so kick back and relax if you haven't already. I really, really like this team. In comes Exhibit A, the usual suspect. This atrocious looking fish, unless I'm the one using it. Then we love it, because we're usually rocking Hydro Pump. They don't build up to the Thunderbolt, or they bait it. I don't know why I'm undercharging here. I think I need energy on Roserade. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I shouldn't have charged any bubbles. What I was hoping was that I would get the debuff so I could poison a jab down faster. Poison jab it down faster, although that sounded pretty cool. They only make it to a Surf, and I think I'm going to swap it immediately. I forget what was in the lead. Yeah, Empoleon. And now we're in a not so comfortable position, but Lantern is out of the way, which is sort of the strategy behind this team. Throw on proper timing. If you don't know how to throw on proper timing yet, find a video that teaches you. Jamie Finn does it all the time in all of his videos. He'll like just drop when you should be throwing, you know, 2 turn versus 3 turn, blah, 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 blah. If you want a specific video that helps you out with that, look up Wallower. 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 He doesn't make content anymore, but he has a fantastic video. So does like FP Sticks. I'm pretty sure somebody else has made one. Caleb Pang, maybe? What I do in the Dugong matchup, and this is going to cost me because I didn't build up to the Ice Beam. If you take anything from this video, build up to the Ice Beam. Even if you don't have it, they would have shielded. They would have shielded, and we would have at least been in a better position. If they didn't shield, we would have been cucked either way. Now we don't get any farm, right? Which is like worst case scenario. And now I have to settle for the Weather Ball on the CMP, hoping that they would throw, and trust in the gods. But I'm about to get my ass handed to me, because this man is a mad lad and decided to rock Grass Hole. He debuffs me, which is pretty crazy. And now I can't near one-shot this Tropius. Fucking Tropius, man. Who came up with that shit? This is maybe a case for... no, it's not. This is a horrible case. I'm just not in a good position. And I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Because they come out with a move, and they force my shield, and I'm not going to be able to outpace to a Grass Knot either way. So they get a little extra energy. I go for the bait, but as you can see, the health is rapidly whittling away on my Roserade, my Lady Death. Another example like that Sea King earlier. This is a water type, but they do outpace to the Icy Wind. So what I like to do is catch. Usually I catch on Gator. However, for Poliwrath leads, Jellicent is about the biggest disrespect to Poliwrath that you can run. So once they're in that like 75% health range, I know Feraligatr will do well against Poliwrath, which is why I bring in the Jelly, because I feel like Gator has a lot more play in the back. And we're going to bring back in Roserade. They didn't overfarm too much, but I also don't want to take a move. I believe this is just a Power Whip. I'm going to let this through. Roserade may be glassy, but it can tank a Power Whip. Damn, that does like 30%. That's crazy. I throw on poor timing there, just because I didn't want to take that Bullet Seed, even though I would have done nothing. That's just an excuse. Never throw on poor alignment. And now we have Trev coming in. I throw the Weather Ball, and then I'm going to wait a turn, I believe. Yep. It didn't really show. They probably could have caught there. But I do wait a turn before throwing the next move, and now I can come in with Gator and up 2 shields, now 1 shield. We're going to be able to clean house. So I really enjoy this team if I don't hound that enough. If you don't like playing meta, because meta is boring, sorry Yasser. I can't get behind climbing when you know you're a good battler and using like the top 10, top 20 mods. Like, challenge yourself. Sort of like that Home Slice Henry video where top dude in the world made made top leaderboard by using Tapu Koko. I don't think Tapu Koko is in the top 20. It might be, but regardless, like that's an off meta mon. Really spicy pick. In comes Lantern, which is exactly what we wanted to do. I hoped I would get to that Hydro Cannon at least, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I have a very healthy Roserade, so I'm just gonna commit, I believe, to a 1 shield farm down because I need energy against, I think that was a Tentacruel in the lead. Again, like I don't go for the move because a Weather Ball wouldn't KO there, so I might as well shield and overfarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I barely farmed down, which is absolutely stunning. They might be threatened by a Leaf Storm. I wait to see what comes in. It's the Roserade. I get a shield, and then I come in with Jelly. Oh, it's a Tropius. Okay. They don't know that we know. Do they know? I don't think they know. They didn't know. And now I can just comfortably shield and farm down. This is why I like Ice Beam. I get that Surf gives it a lot more bait potential, but if I've learned anything in my life, is that I am no master baiter. If you are, go for it. I bid you farewell. Try to rock Surf, but I like the double nuke potential. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't, regardless of what they throw. And we managed to take that game. They do have the shiny Roserade, which is a nice flex. I like Lady Death. She looks mad cool. What do you do against Mud Boys? You would think this is a favorable position. It is not. They outpace. But you can tank a move because you would CMP on the Earthquake if that's what they build up to. And now I just need to make sure they don't catch. Wait a turn. Throw the Grass Knot. Force a shield. A case could be made that you could bait But again, like I just said, I'm no master at baiting. So if you are, try your luck, man, because that shit ain't me. They come in with Roserade. I build up to the Ice Beam there, but I don't think they shield anyway. And I think if they settle for the Weather Ball, I don't actually want to take them out. I need farm on something. And I think that something is going to be Jelly. Jelly up 2 shields against the Lantern, I think is still pretty strong. Again, we don't have any baiting potential. So if they shield your Shadow Balls, then, you know, it is what it is. And I think they come in with their third, which is Trev. I go for the move. Again, we don't have any bait potential. Does the opponent respect it? Yes, they do, which is kind of trash. What I really wanted them to do is just come back in with this Quag so that I can get a lot of farm on Jelly. Now I'm up 2 shields. I think I'm going to shield once at some point. Trevenant doesn't have a move, and they will get KO'd by a Shadow Ball. At this point, I'm getting kind of low. I need to shield. I'm going to try to throw on proper timing again. I might do just 2. And they realize that they're about to go the way of Oompa Loompa, so they can see the match. A Bomb of Snow. You would think this is a pretty hardcore breaker. Unless it's the Shadow, you typically win 1s. You win 0s, which is absolutely fantastic. Typically, you're going to be playing out the 1s. Now, I won't say how I like to play this game out, but I'll let you figure it out. You know, you play 1s, and then from there, you do whatever you want to do. Tentacruel coming in as the safe swap. I should have gone for the extra. Because like energy on Jelly is crucial. This Shadow Ball won't KO, but it leaves them in. Oh no, you still have to full send a Shadow Ball. So this is one of those cases where if you had Surf, you could just launch a Surf and KO the Tentacruel once you've farmed enough energy. But I just don't feel. I feel like Ice Beam is such a strong move for Jellicent, and here. I swapped out because I knew that they didn't have enough energy. I knew that we would CMP tie on the next Weather Ball, and I didn't want them to get too much farm. Gator up a shield, should be able to clean house, should be able to. Even against Lantern, it puts in a ton of work. Ferrothorn is, well, speak of the devil. They stop tapping, but even if they don't, 2 crunches about KO, you don't need the defense spell, and you outpace 2 crunches to their 2 power whips. A lot of them are rocking. See, they're trying to build up to the back-to-backs. And as you're going to see, like this crunch just about KOs. So it's just Gator's a really, really strong pick, even though it doesn't break top 30. And another Tentacruel lead. This one is tough. I switch into Gator to lure out either the Lantern or the Ferrothorn. This is one of those cases where you don't really need to be built to Ice Beam because it doesn't cause super effective damage. But in this case, because I didn't get the defense spell, I think I'm going to shield. And I'm going to go for, because I'm 1 away and so are they. I'm going to go for the next crunch to either force their hand or try to get the defense spell. And now that I got it, I'm just going to let Gator go. Because now I can come in with Roserade and hopefully farm down. They also didn't overfarm too much. 3, 4, 5. They were trying to commit to the Flash Cannon. I think they should have just settled for the Power Whip, but good on them for committing. We go for the Grass Knot. They shield thinking it might be a Leaf Storm. And what do we have here? Well, look at what we have here. If I had Surf, this would be a lot less comfortable. But now I know I'm going to have to take a move anyway. So I let the first Leaf Blade. Oh, never mind. All right, I'm just talking shit. I'm going to have to, I need to commit to the farm down. I need to. But I know that Jellicent survives a Leaf Blade from Tropius. Tropius is such a cool mon. Why would they desecrate him by like calling him Tropius? I'll never get over that. I need to throw this immediately because I think they were 1 away from the move. But I also just need to get move off. Like I need to get the damage off. Sound like a caveman. Move off now. I swap out, force their hand. If this isn't a Sludge Wave, we survive. And it is a Sludge Wave. Oh my god, I got this dude's rocking Sludge Wave. That was good. Damn. Been a long couple sets. My longest streak with this team was like 12. But for the most part, I went 5 O's, 4 1s, a couple 3-2s, and like 2 3s. I didn't include one of the 2 3s here because I misplayed that too. Like some days you're just on fire. Other days you're just playing like Shikaka. If they go for the aerial ace, I will survive. So boo-hoo, you. Again, for alligator, too strong. They did respect the ice beam, which is great. I don't think it KOs, but you could have flipped it. And here they are like one away from the next aerial ace. And I don't really want to tank it. And they also gave me a shield. They die with the move. We have the move. I go for the grass knot. Hopefully I get a shield if they think it's a leaf storm. They do. And now we come in with Jelly, and Jelly up a shield, especially up ahead this much of energy. I can outpace the Trev. Shadow Ball all but like massacres my boy. And I almost called him Pelipper. King Gwyn can't really do anything against the big Jelly. We do have to shield this because, like, I mean, I think we still survive, but like I didn't, want to take my chances. Again, throw on proper timing. Look at that, beautiful, capped out. At the moment, I wasn't like trying to disrespect this player or anything. I just forgot that Empoleon is pretty glassy and that a Shadow Ball would KO. Also, did you peep that guy's name? Breeding Greedon? What an absolute disturbing man. Build up to the ice beam, do we? Yes, we do. Let's go. Okay, do we get a shield? We do. That's best case scenario. We got the debuff too. Oh my god, like, just let Feraligatr go. There's no hope of you flipping this. Come in with Roserade, get as much farm as possible. You're gonna see that this Tropius is a great master Batur, and he's gonna bait with the Leaf Blade. I just know it. But like, you have to shield it because like you don't really want to trust in just Jelly to take out 3 Mons. At this point, you can farm down, which is great. I forget what their lead Mon was. Oh, it was a Tentacruel. So we throw off a Grass Knot just to get some chip damage because as you saw, like Shadow Ball doesn't KO. And now they're in Shadow Ball range. So they let it go. I don't have to respect anything from Tentacruel. I can disrespect everything from Tentacruel. They're going to stay in for a bit. Again, throw on proper timing. I don't want to exactly take another move just in case. And they have a Trev in the back. So again, cases for throwing on proper timing. They were also, I think they're just trying to farm me down, and I think they're going to call it bait. And that's why they lose. Had they farmed down, I may have been able to outpace because I did have some residual energy on Roserade. Again, we're going to play out the ones. This one plays out a little bit differently. This one catches. What do you do when it's the Obama Lantern core? Because clearly you are core broken. What I like to do is I like to build up to the Grass Knot and throw the Weather Ball. Because at this point, they're incentivized to shield because a Grass Knot will KO. I got a shield. I'm going to shield again. And this time I'm going to build back up and I'm going to catch. I'm going to try to catch a Surf. We managed to catch the Surf. A second Surf plus the Thundershock, Sparks don't KO. So I just go for the crunch just in case the Hydro Cannon didn't KO. I think it would have. But at this point, I'm going to force their shield because clearly Roserade has a lot of play. I can still make it to the crunch. We do. I don't think that was a CMP. I think they're going to farm down. And I think we're in a comfortable position right now. I'm going to come in with Jelly and commit to like an aggressive farm down because nothing that the Sea King throws is really going to be like super threatening. I didn't do this on purpose, but I figured at this point, like I could just trust in Jelly. I throw on proper timing and it depends on what my opponent wants to do. If they want to call a bait, they end up calling the bait. I go for the Shadow Ball just because I don't want them to know I have Ice Beam. I want it to still feel threatened by me getting to back-to-back Surfs. Clearly, I don't have it, though. And I probably should have shielded that first move because I knew they would try to go for damage and then the debuff. And at this point, I just need to commit to farming it down. While I probably could have made 2 moves, I didn't want to risk it. Trev lead. If you've made it this far into the video, good. Because for Trevenant, you need to CMP tie on the Shadow Ball. Because if you don't, Trevenant will survive. Here I build up. They catch. That's a beautiful catch. It's an expected catch. But you need to CMP on Shadow Ball. If you try to throw one before the Shadow Ball, like throw in between their move, they'll survive on 1 HP in a dream. And that you do not want to happen. You'd rather they catch your move, build back up, and then come in with Jelly to hardwall this pathetic squid. I actually really like Tentacle. But when you're facing it as an opponent, like you just want to bash your opponent as much as you can. This is one of those instances where if I had Surf, right, like you could, take it out, clean house. Here I make an absolute atrocious mistake. I come in with Roserade because I feared them getting a farm with Trev. I shouldn't have done that. Because now they have a 2-shielded Trev. I should probably come in with Jelly. I don't know if I do. I might. I do. And they throw before getting the move off, which is great. I can't shield because if they come in with Trev and CAP timing or whatever, at this point, this is where I make a critical error. They go for the move. 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have thrown here. Sorry, I should have thrown 1 before they make the move. And we are going to end this video on a loss, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, this team isn't unstoppable. I have lost a fair bit of games due to misplaying or not understanding my win cons. Again, we're still getting better as a battler, but we do have our ELO reveal here at the end. In case you're wondering if I hit Legend last season, I didn't. I wasn't able to. School kept me really occupied, and I also was trying to hit Legend with one specific team that wasn't working. But because I'm a madman, I still wholeheartedly believe that team works. It got me all the way to 2975, and then I just kept running into Sandslash leads and Steelix leads. If you're wondering what that team is, click the video that's on the screen, and I'll catch you in that next video. Peace.